Alright, check it out. There's a new video. We're gonna do the A51. The reason I'm saying we are is because I have a guest on the opposite side of this table.
Sup?
StuffHD is a place to be. Make sure you check out StuffHD.com. What do you got going over there?
StuffHD, I don't have much. I haven't made a video in a month. But we do have some podcasts that are going to start coming out real soon. This week.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. This week. And we're going to be working on a separate video now also for this week as well. So
yeah, so as you may know, as of this recording, we're dealing with the whole virus thing going on. So we're kind of stuck inside our home. So hey, what better else thing to do but to make videos, I guess.
Now you make it sound like we live together.
we kind of do.
Same apartment building, different apartments. Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to walk across the what you call it, the courtyard,
hall, basically,
whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, what you got here?
I got the A51. The reason I got this is because in one of my earlier videos, I did a video for the A30, and I got that one for my mom, and I really like how it looks. So I kind of got interested into the whole A series. So this one is for my brother. He needed a new phone. He's going from the OG Pixel XL.
Okay.
So it's the original one. So it's about time.
It is.
Yeah, because that was like how long ago? As of today.
We're on Pixel 4 now, so 3 years.
3 years, yeah. So the battery life on that one is pretty dead. So this one has a 4,000 milliamps. 4,000. So let's go with the specs. So we got 4,000 milliamp battery. We have a 48 megapixel camera. The screen is a 6.5 1080 by 2400 pixels, that's pretty good for a budget phone.
How much was this one?
This was $299.
Okay.
Yeah, $299. So on Amazon I got it for $285. So it was $299 with tax and everything. Okay. So that was a pretty good deal because it was down from like $230, I think. So save $30 on it. And it is only GSM. So if you have Sprint or Verizon, you're assed out.
You're assed out. Which, hey, I normally tell people to not go with Sprint or Verizon because I don't like CDMA. I like GSM.
So I do have Sprint, and I've been with Sprint since Nextel. So I wasn't even with Sprint. I was with Nextel back in the day. Yeah. And then Sprint bought out Nextel, so by default I got stuck with Sprint.
And now you're switching to T-Mobile.
That's how they get you. Just don't want to keep switching. Yeah, now
that's how they get you. Literally, that's how they get you. They buy the other company.
Yeah, so definitely with this whole merger, I really hope they start moving into the GSM.
Yeah, that would be better.
So as of like a couple years, like maybe last year, 2 years, I've been buying only unlocked phones. So like this Note 10 I have here is unlocked. So actually, my friend's stuff, he put me on the unlocked, bandwagon because
it's just so much better because that way you're not stuck with a company. If you get mad, which happens to me a lot, I get mad at companies. So then if I get mad, I'm like, screw it, I'm just moving to another company. I don't have to worry about my phone not working.
Yeah, so I definitely going with the whole unlocked.
I also basically only do prepaid plans. That way, I'm not tempted to get a phone through them or anything, and they're usually cheaper if you don't go with unlimited. So, which I don't need unlimited. I used to always do the whole unlimited thing. Yeah. Now I'm like, I don't need unlimited. I have Wi-Fi at home. I have Wi-Fi at work. I really don't use that much of my data. So I pay like I have two phones. I pay $40 on one, $30 on the other. That's it.
Yeah, and it's pretty good. We could probably do a video on just all the different prepaid. We should probably do that one for podcast because this is pretty interesting. So this is the A21. So
A51.
A20. Why did I say 21? A51.
So wait, before well, you already got it. But what is the? Because there was an A50, no?
There was an A50. This is like the newer version. So this is kind of like the like the iPhone S. Okay. It's kind of like a little boost up. It's the same, but it's just a boost up. Right. And it does have the new camera layout the rectangular one.
That looks a lot smaller than the S20 though.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot smaller. And it does have the on-screen fingerprint.
Okay.
So it doesn't. The A51 and the A50 had the back fingerprint.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not the same fingerprint as the S10 and S20, right? This is more like the. I believe this is more like other phones do, where it's really the taking a picture of your.
Oh, like the OnePlus or whatever.
Yeah, kind of like the OnePlus.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's interesting.
It's not as secure, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how they do it here, where it's basically just a picture of your fingerprint, and then it uses that.
So it might take a little bit more to process.
Yeah, it's just not as secure, but it's it's still something.
Yeah, it's still better than.
It's better than nothing. Nothing.
They could have done like the S10e where they has it on the side. I kind of like that one too.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna take this out. It's just a brick, some cheap headphones, and the USB-C charging cable. So that doesn't really matter. So this is the part that I kind of like about these phones.
Oh, there it is.
This is not the best, but it's kind of like the cherry on top. Because, like you were saying, that a lot of times with these phones, like you're not gonna find a lot of different cases for them.
Yeah. So people who make cases, they're gonna make it for the Apple iPhones or the Samsung Galaxy phones.
Yeah.
They're not gonna make it.
I'm all over here. I'm not even looking in the. So it does come with a clear.
Nice.
What you call it?
Clear case, I guess.
Is it like what's the material? Like
no.
Jelly. Or is it like jelly something? Whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, let's open this up. I'm gonna try to be careful because I'm gonna wrap it back in here for the person whose phone
for
this
the real
is.
owner.
For the real owner. Don't tell him that I did an unboxing, so it's not brand new.
We know he's not gonna watch this.
Yeah, we know for a fact he's not gonna watch it. There you go. Look at that shine right here. Ooh, look at that.
Oh snap.
Oh, look at that rainbow. Alright, let's turn it on. And then put it right back.
You forgot to mention, very important, SIM unlock.
Oh,
The SIM tool. You can't use this without the SIM tool.
Yeah. Looking at you, Apple. Apple didn't include a SIM tool for the... I don't think I got one for the iPhone 11 when I got it.
Really?
Yeah. Did you get one on yours?
I don't remember.
So you got the Pro, so they're like, oh, we better give them the SIM injected kit or whatever.
I don't know, because I always use the ones I have in my wallet. So.
Yeah. I had a bunch of them already. So alright, here's the load up screen. Samsung. And yeah, it does have a little screen protector built in.
Which is nice of Samsung to do,
Yeah,
especially because I absolutely hate putting those on.
Oh yeah.
So if it comes with one, I would much rather keep that one. Even if it's a crappy one, I'll keep it on as long as I can.
Alright, so I'm guessing that this is like the Latin American variant, because everything's in Spanish. Which is fine, because I speak Spanish. Comencemos. Consulte esta información para comenzar. Sure, I read it.
That's how they get you.
There you go. Let me put. You got your for your Wi-Fi.
The special StuffHD Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah, did I go through all the specs? Let's see.
You go there while I.
All right, so it says it's from 4 to 6 gigs of RAM. I'm thinking that's the 4 gig, but I'm not really sure. I mean, like I said, 4,000 milliamp battery, 6.5 screen, 1080p. It's AMOLED, so that's pretty cool. It has an Exynos 9611 for the chip, which is like Samsung's own processor, right?
Yes.
All right, there we go. Siguiente. I'll probably skip through this anyways. All right, so we're back. One thing I did forget is that this one it comes with 64 gigabytes of storage, which is pretty cool. Because a lot of the ones lower than the 851 or 850, they start coming in at 32 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes. So I think like the 850 is like a nice like a true mid-range.
Yeah,
Anything lower than the 850 or no, even 830 is kind of between the low and the mid. So anything below a 830, I would for sure not get. Would not recommend. So I would recommend anything from the 830 and up as of now. So yeah, so if we look here and we look at the Note 10. Alright, here you go. Let me lower it. Here you go. Where can I see? Perfect. Alright, there's gonna be a lot of crazy. See, look, I like the fact. Look at the punch hole. Like maybe the camera is not as
it's not as good.
But the fact that it's a nice little pinhole. Like, who really uses their selfie camera? Like, who takes selfies?
Younger people that still look good and want to.
Wouldn't you want to take a picture with the back camera? Like, have somebody, like, if you want to take nice pictures, have somebody take pictures of you. Like Javier, he's available. You want to take pictures? He'll take good pictures of you, so you can actually post those up on Instagram. Get a photographer, like.
Yeah.
Don't use the front. Like this is like, for example, a quick conference.
Yeah,
you know something.
It's the only time I really use them. If I'm
like
on FaceTime or do something like that, which even then it doesn't happen that often. But
yeah, so the fact that it has like a nice little, so it's not a notch, it's not a teardrop, it's just a little pinhole. That's pretty cool, and it's way smaller than the Note 10. The screen is almost just as big. Almost, maybe it's like a little bit smaller right here. So it's a nice display.
I didn't notice how big it is until I saw it next to the Note.
So if you put it side by side, it's thinner by like a. I don't know if you can really tell.
If you put it next to an iPhone Pro, iPhone 11 Pro, you can tell how much bigger that is. Yeah. No, this is not the Max. It's just regular iPhone 11.
There you go. Gotta get the zoom in. You gotta get the focus. Come on. Why is it unfocusing? Oh.
No, everything turned off.
So yeah. So take my word for it. Oh, look at the animation. That's pretty cool. That was cool. Look at that. Oh, it looks so real.
So real.
No, like honestly, like just can you like just take yourself back to like when your first smartphone and how the display looked back then? Like I remember seeing I had the Galaxy S2 and seeing the background where it was like a wallpaper of a Galaxy and it looked so nice. But like I bet you if I compare that to this, I'll be like, man, like. That was pretty trash back then.
Back in the day, so a lot of you that were cell phone fans back then will probably remember this. But I had the Android, what was it called? The Moto Droid. You know, the old school Moto Droid that you would swipe up and there was a keyboard. And
okay, yeah.
And I remember, I think it was Android 3 or 4 or something. They came with live wallpapers, and there was the one with the lines that kept moving around, kind of like a Matrix type thing, but they were changed colors, and then you could touch it and it would do something on wherever you touched it. That was amazing back then to me.
Yeah.
like you wouldn't get that wallpaper today unless it's out there and you want to go retro, but that was pretty impressive. Now, my original smartphone was the iPhone 3G. And the weird thing is that you get so used to whatever you have, you know?
Yeah.
Like back then, to me, the iPhone 3G was amazing. The screen was amazing. Everything was great. But I pick one of those up now, and it's like, how did I ever function with this tiny little thing? Yeah,
it's kind of like, what you call it? Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. But, yeah, I honestly forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, I remember now. This is just another, what you call it? Just a BS video anyways. Because we're bored. Hopefully, you're not going to watch this anyways. But like I remember the wall, like you talking about live wallpapers, and we had the Super Mario one. But man, that killed the battery life.
Yeah.
Like it was terrible.
It's because
like,
back then a lot of people were making live wallpapers because it was new and they were not optimized at all. Like they would suck up battery like crazy, but you would install it because it looked cool.
Yeah, like you would you just to show off, you would put it on and then you would take it off right away. Like in reality, you just put like a plain old black wallpaper. But it's interesting how far like cell phones have gone. Like honestly nowadays, like do you really need a Note 10? Like the average person. Like I use this. I have the Note 10 because I do a lot with my phone. Like I have like several accounts. I do gaming and stuff like that. But if you're somebody who doesn't do gaming, like my brother, he doesn't do gaming. All he does on his phone is like, you know, do some banking apps, you know, Square Cash, check emails, occasionally watch YouTube or Netflix.
Barely texts.
Yeah, barely text. Yeah, like honestly, like you don't. How many people do you think actually need a flagship nowadays?
Nobody needs a flagship. Like we don't even need a flagship. Like
we need because we're techies.
Well, we're techies. People expect it, and you know, like we have discussed. For us, it's almost like jewelry. Like you know, I don't wear chains or bracelets or anything like that, but I tend to have a nice phone. And it's just something that brings me joy, and you know, I'm lucky enough to be able to purchase it without hurting too much. But do I need the phones that no, like because I very much like your brother. Those are basically the things that I do most of the time. I'm mostly testing or checking my bank stuff or email. Or Amazon and Best Buy, you know. I'm not doing. I don't play a whole lot of games. I think nowadays, really, the only people that need that I can think of anyway that need a flagship is people that are really into gaming.
Like gaming.
And even then, I'm like, if you're into mobile gaming, how serious can you possibly be about gaming? You know?
Well, I think nowadays more and more people are, you know, expecting like, just kind of like how we talked about if you could have your phone and when you go into your house, you can just dock it somewhere and then transfer the images, the games you have on your phone into the screen. And that would be like a switch, you know, that would be...
If we were there, then maybe. You know, if we were to a point in technology where I can go ahead and use my phone as basically my CPU at home, basically dock it somewhere and have everything, kind of like that Samsung DeX tries to do, but with Windows or something, you know, just as capable, then indeed I would always want the most powerful phone because I will be doing a lot more on that phone. But as it is right now, my phone is basically just jewelry.
It's quite interesting because like I look at like what I mostly do in my phone, and you know I do some gaming, but it's mostly like I don't think as intensive games. Like I don't think Pokemon Go is that intensive, but like I can imagine somebody's doing like Fortnite on their phone and
but again. And I could be totally off because I don't play that many games, but I'm like, okay, if you were really into Fortnite, you would probably be doing it on a PC or, you know, but who knows? Yeah,
but like also like in the place that I work in my real job, I have a lot of people who do like documents on their phone. Like they'll write papers and they'll take tests on their phone.
Stuff like that you can do on any phone.
Yeah, you can, but it's kind of like at that point I think you just need a big screen.
Yeah,
like any phone with a big screen, because sometimes I see them work
on
an
iPad.
Or that. Yeah, especially now with the cursor support, it'll be better.
Yeah.
All right, so what I was gonna try to do is, you know, try to do the fingerprint scanner here. Here, let me do a patron. It's funny when they do.
Spanish.
I'm just gonna make a.
Still have it in Spanish.
Yeah, I have it in Spanish. Doing everything in Spanish. Okay. Oh, they're just saying that, you know, screen protectors can affect the thing. So it doesn't really tell you what kind of sensor it has.
But see how it's lighting up like that? That's usually because it's doing
see, there you go. It's lighting up.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's usually for the fake.
Oh yeah, it does have the light thing. What kind of fingerprint is that called?
It's just a.
Just like a special.
Is it optical?
Optical.
Yeah.
Because the other one is what?
The other one's sensor it sends waves of sound.
Oh yeah, like ultrasonic.
Ultrasonic, yeah.
Yeah, you can see the. There you go. Okay, see, like right here, you'll be able to see the green light on the camera. You know, like I wish like the fingerprint sensors was like the whole bottom part, so you can put it anywhere in here instead of just like that specific place. Okay, whatever. One
point that I wanted to make is, you know, nowadays I carry an iPhone because, like I said, for me it's jewelry. But I was always a huge Android guy. And, you know, sometimes people ask, like, why did you switch? And basically it comes down to this. Like, back in the day, Android, you know, back in the day, phones just were not that powerful. And Android, to me, was better because I could make it more powerful because I could do so much with it. But lately, phones, like even these cheap ones, they are powerful enough to do just about anything. So there is no need to be looking for amazing power. So now I just look for convenience.
Yeah. Here, let me try to see the. And one other thing I was gonna say about this one that I really kind of like is that it's a dual SIM phone. So you can put 2 SIM cards and SD card. So it's not like there's some that are 2 like dual SIM, but one of the SIM card slots can be can be the SD card. So this one gives you 2 dedicated SIM card slots and one
dedicated SD. That's nice.
So that's cool. And like, you know, especially if you go to like I mean nowadays like T-Mobile will work in most of Mexico.
Yeah.
Because I've been to Guadalajara and it worked. T-Mobile worked perfectly there. But there's other places in Mexico where you might not get T-Mobile service and you have to get the Mexican carriers.
Or other countries.
Or other countries, yeah. My only experience has been Mexico. So, but like, you know, especially unless you go with, was it Google?
Or even here, you might have a business line. And
that's true.
You want to keep your business line and your personal line on the same phone.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do like a black wallpaper. I'm going to see how it looks.
This is AMOLED, right?
Yes. Okay. Oh, cool. It has a, oh, you can't see it. It has a Mickey Mouse.
Oh, yay.
Mickey Mouse. Here, let's do Mickey Mouse.
Let's not get sued by Disney here.
There you go. Oh, I'm put it on the lock screen. There you go. I gotta put it on both. I just wanted like a dark screen so you can see the green.
See, I hate it when they do this. Like it's dark, but it's not. It's not black.
It's not black.
Yeah.
See right there. You see the green light? There you go. It's kind of cool. It would be annoying, like let's say at night, because you'll be like this and you go like that, and then
it's pretty fast and it's not that bad, but
so that's pretty cool. I mean, it's like, how much can you say about a phone like this?
Again,
like, this video went down the drain. So.
How much again? $299 you said?
Yeah, I got it for $285, then the plus tax. So. Okay. So with taxage and everything. So if you're looking for a phone, I would recommend the A51. It's pretty nice. That nice.
Again, if all you do is basic phone stuff, answer calls, text messages, banking, you know, Facebook, obviously, because
big
your
screen.
Instagram, this is gonna work perfectly fine. Like, you don't need to spend a whole ton of money.
Yeah, let's see.
I get it that a lot of phone companies they try to get you by
I don't know where we left off, but as I was saying, and I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so like this was $2.99. Sometimes Amazon has at least the 5 payment thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do it on this phone, but they'll have it on different phones. Just go with that as long as it's unlocked, like really, because then you have to deal with what's it called, Boost Mobile, where you bought an unlocked phone.
Yeah.
And then they were like,
yeah, Boost is horrible. You know, even though the phone, because it's CDMA, so basically even if a phone has all the technology to work on their service, if they don't want it to work, it's not going to work. So they have to allow the phone to work on their service. So, you know, first of all, it's Sprint, so you have the issue of where you have to have a certain SIM card, and second, even if you have a SIM card, if they don't allow it, it's just not gonna happen.
Hey, might as well.
It turned into a podcast.
It turned into a podcast. Hey, it don't matter. We're
so it's BS because the phone can totally work. And you know, I took 2 phones to them that, according to the Best Buy website, they worked on Boost, and both of them they were telling me no. Now the second one I did get mad at them and push a lot harder, and all of a sudden, oh look, it works, but it's not cool because they really want you to buy their phone.
Yeah, so that's why it's better to just get like a GSM.
Well, any unlocked phone, as you know, GSM for sure. GSM works better.
Because with T-Mobile, I just trade the SIM card to my other phone.
Take out the SIM card for one, put it on the other one, done. That's it.
Yeah, sometimes.
Which I remember you before you started using T-Mobile, like the concept seemed.
Yeah, it was
strange.
crazy because I've been with Sprint for like 10+ years. So on Sprint, like I would get the phone, like my new phone. So I would go to Sprint.com. I would put all the numbers in there, and then hope that it would transfer the call. That would be the best case scenario. Like it would take me like 5 to 10 minutes. Worst case scenario, it wasn't recognized. I had to call or do something.
Yeah.
And I needed to have my own SIM card for the phone, so I couldn't transfer. I can't use the same SIM card for another phone with the new phone unless
because they had like 3 or 4 different SIM cards.
Yes, unless it was like, let's say from a Samsung S9 to a S10, then maybe you can reuse it, but you're still better off just getting a new SIM card. So like the concept of just switching from SIM card to the other, I was like, oh man, that's dope. Like I did not realize that was a possibility.
For sure, if you're looking, and this is my personal suggestion, if you're looking for a phone and you don't want to pay too much for a phone, and I understand that even this $300, you know, in one payment
can be a lot.
Can be a lot. It's a lot easier to pay like $50 a month or $30 a month or whatever. I get that, but you know, in the long term, you're paying a lot more than what you would be paying for this. And what I was going to say is, if you can't afford to do the one lump payment, or you know, just if you have like Amazon credit, they give you 6 months. No, not Amazon. PayPal credit. Gives you 6 months. Anyway, interest free. I would never go to a phone company store to ask for a phone, because they will sell you a phone that you don't need. You know, they're there to sell you the more expensive phones. They're not there to sell you the cheap ones. And when they do sell you the cheap ones, they sell you the real cheap ones, the ones that are not even worth selling. You know, the Alcatels and all those other ones. So yeah, something like this, you almost have to go to Amazon.com and order it from there, or I assume Samsung probably sells it.
Or B&H, they have good deals on it
too. But yeah, I would never go to the AT&T, Verizon, or Sprint, T-Mobile store, because they're just gonna rip you off. And yeah, the phones that they sell you, are going to be locked to them until you pay it off. Later, you can unlock it, but it's not so bad with iPhones.
Yeah, with iPhones is a little bit, well, it depends.
It's a little bit better, but with Android phones, and I don't know if they've gotten better with this, but very often they have apps that are very specific to that company.
Yeah.
So I know you unlocked a Sprint phone for me at one point, and I couldn't use the tethering. It was unlocked. It was working on T-Mobile, but I couldn't tether because he had a Sprint tethering app that I couldn't remove, and it was checking with the Sprint servers to see if I had access to tethering, which of course I didn't because I wasn't on Sprint.
Yeah, and like I was gonna say, like if for example, this phone, the A51 on B&H, came with a 3-month trial of Mint Mobile.
Okay.
And Mint Mobile is they're not sponsoring this because I've used Mint Mobile and I do have Mint Mobile. And it's just like $15 a month, and it's I think 3 gigs of data. But it's like we mentioned at the beginning, like a lot of times you have your own Wi-Fi. If you're at work, they probably have Wi-Fi, so you're not really using data.
Correct.
So 3 gigabytes of data is that's what I gave my mom, just 3 gigabytes of data, and she only uses like 1. So
for that you have to pay a whole year.
Oh yeah, that one you do have to pay.
You have to pay a whole year, but you know when you look at it, it's like you pay.
It's $180 for a year.
$180, and then you don't have to worry about making another payment for a whole year. You know, so it's a great option. For,
there's no accidentally going over your data limit, and if you do go over your data, it just slows down.
Yeah, so technically it's unlimited.
It's unlimited, but it's just like real slowed down. So, I mean, that's a way to do it. Like honestly, at this point, like you should not be I don't want to say slave to a contract. But you don't want to be taking advantage. What's the word? Like stuck. Like
you don't want to be stuck with a company that may do something that you don't like, and then you don't have a choice because you know you just started paying for a phone a few months ago, and you still have so many months to go. Yeah. You know, they basically got rid of the 2-year contract thing and the early termination fees that they used to have, and they changed it to a 2-year contract because you're paying for the phone every month, and its early termination fee is that you have to finish paying out the phone before you cancel. So it's nothing changed. Yeah, they just changed how it looks.
Yeah, the perception of it. But one thing I will say is
but notice back in the day they will put you in a 2-year contract. But you were not you were only paying for the service.
The service, not the phone.
Now you are paying for the service and the phone.
Yeah, and because wasn't it before, like if you didn't do the 2-year renewal, you're basically paying them.
Yeah, because technically they were charging you for the phone in the price.
Yeah.
So they did lower the price a little bit, but I'm pretty sure they're still making more money now than what they used to.
Yeah, so like honestly nowadays, like any phone is pretty good. One thing I would say is do not get stuck on the whole fanboyism. And did we do a podcast on fanboyism?
We did.
Did we release that one?
It's coming in a few weeks.
All right, it'll be coming. It'll be more in depth, but yeah, for definitely like get the phone you need, not the phone people tell you to get.
Yeah.
Like just get the phone you actually need. Is actually going to benefit or
work
for you.
If you can afford to get something nicer, you know, by all means, go for it. You know, I had the iPhone 11 Pro. You had the Note 10. Neither of us really need these phones, but we like them.
Yeah.
You know,
like if you're one of those people that do have a iPad and a MacBook and a iMac or whatever, and then the iPhone makes all the sense
it
for
makes
you.
Sense. It really does. Having all those things without having an iPhone.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense because it's like you're missing. Those things are built around the iPhone, and if you don't get the iPhone, then you're missing a key component of the whole ecosystem.
And you don't have to get the iPhone Pro Max. Like you can get the iPhone 11 is good enough. That one does just as much. You know, the screen might not be as crisp, but that you really can't really tell the difference anyways.
It doesn't have one of the cameras. Is it the telephoto?
The telephoto.
Telephoto, yeah. Because they were smart enough to know that people want the wide Google.
I know, right? Oh my, that's a whole nother video right there. But yeah, so definitely, like, you know, just get the phone that makes sense for you. Like, if you're in the Apple ecosystem, then just get an Apple.
Oh, get an XR if you can find it.
Yeah, like, so, yeah. That was an interesting twist of the...
So that's the Galaxy.
So that's the Galaxy A51 in a nutshell. So it's LX's approved. Is it Stuff approved?
It's StuffHD approved. It's a good budget phone.
Yeah. And if anything changes, I don't know. See, my brother has a Mac Mini and an iPad. So he's kind of like 1 foot in the system and 1 foot off the system. So and a Samsung makes sense because he's not really in the system. But if he had a laptop and he had
because the Mac Mini,
all of that, then I would tell him, get an iPhone, dude.
Like Mac Mini, he probably doesn't use that much. Knowing him, I don't think
it's just mostly for like storing pictures, probably, because it's the old Mac Mini.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
Yeah. So yeah, all right. We're doing the salute. No more handshakes.
No more handshakes. There's a coronavirus salute.
Yeah. So stay safe.
Not that I'm saluting coronavirus.
No. And stay safe. Do not go out in social gatherings. Take it serious, because the more we take it serious, the faster we can hopefully get rid of this, so we can get back to our regular daily schedules. And
you know, there's plenty of people that can get very affected by this. So so the people who don't take it seriously can end up affecting greatly the lives of others, and that's not cool. You know.
So yeah, so if you guys need to chat, you can always follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, everything L.X. And then we got StuffHD over here.
At Stuff Networks.
At Stuff Networks.
On Twitter and Instagram.
Alright, so follow us up there. If you guys need some friends, we need friends.
And introverts, remember to check on your extrovert friends. They're not okay.
They're not okay, so definitely check up on them. Alright, you guys take care. Deuces.